There are a few things that are important to know and consider before we start meditating. The first one is, what is meditation and how does it work? Because if we don't know what it is and we don't know how it works, how can we know it's something we should be doing or not doing, whether it could benefit us or not? Meditation is anything we do to take ourselves out of our normal thought patterns. They're very habitual. We normally just go through life kind of on autopilot. Well, meditation is to help take us out of autopilot. And anything we do that does that can be considered meditation. Anything as simple as taking a deep breath, as we pay attention to it, is meditation. It takes us out of our normal autopilot thinking patterns. And how does meditation work? Well, we all have mental patterns, but those mental patterns are a little bit more than just patterns. They're habits, like any other habits we have. They're just how we have become accustomed to doing things. Meditation works by getting us outside of our normal habits, by distracting our normal thinking process, giving us a chance to replace the habits that we have now with new habits. When you meditate, try to keep your meditation sessions down to between like 12 and 15 minutes, a good time frame. If you want to go for longer stretches, you can. Stand up in between, move around, get your blood flowing. The reason we go like 12 to 15 minutes is that's about as long as it takes before we start, our brain starts wondering what's going on around us. It gets distracted easily. And so, to help keep frustration out of the picture, keep it in short segments. Because if we get frustrated, it'll become a chore. We won't want to meditate anymore. The relaxation factor will go away, and it's just not a good scene. So keep it 12 to 15 minutes. Will really help things. Now also, for those of you who say, hey, that's okay, I can go longer. I want you to keep in mind, in about 30 minutes, your blood's going to start to pool in your feet, legs, and seat, and you're going to have less blood in your brain. We're trying to use that thing up there, need all the blood we can get. Don't want to have any, odd experiences from lack of blood in the cranium, which can happen. Stick to 12 to 15 minutes at a time, get up and move around a little bit in between. You'll never have that problem. But, definitely keep it under 30 minutes, even if you think you need to meditate longer for whatever reason. With a lot of the applied awareness meditations, we're going to be focusing on our breathing. And some people, notice it easier at the tip of the nose as the breath goes in and out, or as the air fills and leaves our lungs, or at the diaphragm as it goes up and down. Spend a few minutes seeing which is easiest for you to notice your regular breathing at, and gives you a place to start when you start the meditations where you're supposed to use part of your awareness to focus on breathing. Now with that, there are some people who have problems when they start paying attention to the breathing. Some asthmatics, people with other breathing issues, COPD, or even some people who are perfectly healthy and have no history of breathing issues. Sometimes when they pay attention to breathing, you might experience a heaviness on your chest, or difficulty breathing. And so, there are cases where focusing on your breathing isn't the best thing for you. If you run into that, let me know. Get the contact form that's in the link below. Let me know, hey, I'm having problems with my breathing. Describe it a little bit to me, and we'll see if we can either work around it or come up with something else to replace that function for you with meditation. Also, when we meditate, it's not uncommon to every now and then have a sudden rush of emotion of some sort, or just a blank a memory from the past. Just boom, there it is. It happens sometimes when we're meditating, when we really slow down the thought process. Most of the meditations you'll do with applied awareness You're doing things that don't actually stop the thinking process. Instead, we learn from the thinking process. Um, but there are times when I'll could have you possibly trying to slow down the thinking process to try getting this working on reactions and that sort of thing. And if it happens, you sudden rush of emotion, sudden memories, it's okay. It's perfectly natural. But again, get the contact form. Say, hey Todd, you told me this might happen, and it's happening. Uh, you know, like I said, don't panic. It's perfectly natural. If it's going to be an ongoing problem, we'll find a way to work around it. It's something we can deal with.